Hi everyone, I'm Susan and I'm a marriage celebrant and trainer. I've been a marriage celebrant for about 16 years now, and I've been training the marriage celebrant course across Australia for over a decade. So I've met with lots of celebrants and done lots in this space. So today I just wanted to do a quick video about how to include loved ones in ceremony. It's a question that I think that we get a lot from our couples. Lots of people, young people getting married, older people getting married who have lost parents, grandparents, other loved ones, and they'd really like to find a way to honour them in the ceremony. And so this is a really good opportunity, I guess, for us to have a look at how we could work that in. And so this video is about giving you some options and how you might be able to do that. So we'll have a look through those now. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to have a look at today is having a very special table set in memory of a loved one at a wedding ceremony. And that table can have fresh flowers, perhaps a nice photo, and maybe some candles set aside, one for each person that the couple want to honour. Now, in terms of where to place them, this can be, if it's in a church, this could be up at the altar. If it's a civil ceremony, you might want it sitting on the signing table or on a table of its own. And if you're going to have it at the reception, you could have it somewhere near the bridal table. The next one that we're actually going to have a look at now is that at the end of the ceremony, after the couple are married, they go to outside of the church, or if it's a civil ceremony, outside or wherever they might be, and they can perhaps release either, some people like doves, some people like to release balloons, but they will need to be eco balloons, and you also need to make sure that any release of balloons is allowed, because balloons can be toxic to the environment, so we need to be very careful with that. But if you do have eco balloons available, or butterflies, or doves, that's also a really nice way of honouring someone. With the balloons, I have seen couples write little messages on the balloons for the loved ones that aren't there, and then release them. Okay, so another option is to set aside a chair at the wedding ceremony where that person would have sat. So, if it's somebody, a mum, a dad, or something, that would be at the front. So it's really nice to be able to have a chair there. And the bride might like to carry a single white rose down the aisle, and then take a moment to set that rose on that chair in honour of that person. You could also place a tag on the rose in loving memory of, or that kind of thing. The next option is that the bride and groom might like to light a unity candle during their ceremony in memory of the loved one. And there's some really nice words that can go along with that, and I'll give you those at the end. Another option could be wearing a piece of your loved one's clothing or jewellery. That's a great way to remember them whilst keeping them near you. And if your grandmother wore a particular piece of jewellery on her wedding day, it's also lovely for a bride to do the same. By the same token, there are some war memorials that guys might have, fathers, grandfathers, that they might have had something that they also would like to wear. Another idea that I've seen couples do is if their loved one is buried at a cemetery that's close by, they might actually, on the way to their photos, like to stop off there and lay some flowers, particularly when it's a parent or someone very close and the couple are really feeling their absence at the wedding. It's a really nice thing to feel as if they were included. Another idea is that you might want to set aside a page in a ceremony booklet with a poem or a verse that represents that loved one. Or also, you might like to write, "Today we honour the memories of those who could not join us here," etc. in that book. Another beautiful idea that I've actually seen done at a wedding is creating an arrangement of photos of your loved ones who couldn't be there. Now this can be done in so many different ways. If it's outside, they can be hung from a tree, they can be hung from a tree of life, they can be hung from an arbour. There's any number of ways that you can do this, but it is a beautiful way, again, of particularly for couples who've lost a few people that they really love. Another more common one that you might have seen at weddings is where the couple will attach photo lockets to their bouquets or their buttonholes. And this is normally just a beautiful little locket that has a photo of their loved one or loved ones. I have seen brides have them attached to their bouquets with several lockets on there with photos, which is really lovely, and same for the grooms. So the last one I wanted to give you today was just an acknowledgement that can be done at the start of every ceremony, any ceremony, where as we begin, we welcome everyone to the ceremony. If there's a giving the bride, we normally have a giving the bride. And then we normally will, if the couple want an acknowledgement, say something along the lines of it's important to the couple today to remember and acknowledge that there are certain very special people who couldn't be here today to celebrate with them on at this very important moment, and they wish to acknowledge, and then you can add in the names of grandma, you know, the bride's grandmother, blah blah blah, the groom's grandfather, so and so, and then the bride's mum or whoever else. And then follow that up by just saying something like, while these people can't be here to stand beside them today, the couple know that their love and support surrounds them on this very special day. So that's pretty much all that we've got in this one, just for a few ideas of how you might like to tackle planning a ceremony where you really want to do some acknowledgements and your couple have sadly lost people and might be really feeling it on this day. See you in the next video.